Happy Valentine's Day. I think Sundar chose just the right day to have the the Congress. So, anyways, wish you a very happy Valentine's Day. Now, coming to the point of saying choosing, the customers on defining business on customers and not on products. We have been hearing about this. We have been talking about this. Um, let us really understand that point a little more clearly. So I really have like two examples, just to highlight the point that we are talking about. The first one is this guy we all know, Henry Ford. Henry Ford has been known for producing the mass production system, and he's been known for his most contradictory behavior in the American history. First, he's known as the most senseless and the most brilliant marketer at the same point in time. Senseless because all he gave to the customer was one single black car. And brilliant because he could create a production system that could create a car for $500 and he could send millions of them. The point is he's known in the history, or his fashion history, for the wrong reason. He's fashioned in the history for creating a production system that could create a car for $500. But actually, he was a brilliant marketer. He was the real marketing genius. He never produced $500 car because he could create an assembly line. He actually figured it out that if he could produce a $500 car, he would be able to sell millions and thereby created that production system. So he kept the customer in mind, and production system was really a cause and not the symptom of what we call the low prices. So this is, there's a very fine line between, looking at the product and looking at a customer. Now let's take a more recent example. We know more from a media vertical and media portion, and we all know what the entire media trend or the newspaper trend in the US is happening. The West is really trying to figure it out how to get the revenues up and everything else. Now, there was a discussion which happened, I think about 2006. It was Stanford University. There was a panel, where Melissa Mayer, she was then the director and in charge of the Google search engine and the user experience. And she was the only panelist from the web world. And she was sharing the session with the likes of Bill Keller, from New York Times and everything else. And she said, you know what, we need to partner together so that we can create a system and we can create revenue and financial opportunities so that we can continue to keep paying the reporters and create a financial model. So Gary Puritt, who was then the CEO of McClatchy Newspapers. McClatchy was, at that point, had 30 titles, 30 daily newspapers that span across 15 states in US. And now currently he's the CEO for the Associated Press in US. So he said, like Ravi said, he's quoted Darwin exactly, and exact words that not the strongest, not the intelligent, the most intelligent or the species that survive is the most flexible. So he played along. And 6 years down, this is exactly what happened. Google today rakes in more ad dollars than the entire US print media industry put together. Now, now we are talking, the entire EU is trying to figure out, and there are a lot of cases going on that Google should pay them for picking up the headlines, there should be royalties and everything else. Maybe if Gary had thought about that then, maybe things could have changed, maybe it couldn't. Because then the ethos was like web was free content. But it would definitely be very different than what it currently is today. Now, the problem is not this, that Google overtook the entire US print media industry. The problem was all the print titles, they associated themselves as newspapers. But my dear friend, they are not in the business of newspaper. They are in the business of news. Their strength was news, not the paper. Paper was just a medium which was convenient at that point for the end consumer to use and to adapt. I mean, they were not making manufacturing papers. They were just using paper to put their content on it and deliver to an end consumer. And as and when technology became advanced and the accessibility increased, the consumer today still wants news. And he still wants credible news from the trusted sources. Customer is just that he now chooses to access it over multiple devices, maybe tablets, maybe mobile, whichever way and format. So at that point, if they identify that we are in the business of news, and therefore mediums is going to be very different, probably there would be a different story. Because, like I said, consumers are changing. The needs are changing, they're just adapting. So the whole point is that this entire world around us is changed. When a lot of you guys, may not recall a few things that existed a few years back. Now let's really see, the extent to which the world has changed. Just highlighting a few points here. There was the news then, and obviously we used to consume, newspaper and there was TV. And obviously we use all the mobile devices to consume news wherever we are, whatever format that we probably, want to be. So my need of the news hasn't changed. It's just how I use that, how I access that has changed. The entire home entertainment. Good old days, one TV set, family time, watching Doordarshan, no fighting over the remote, who controls the remote, no channels, one single channel, want to watch it. Now when you're watching a TV, there are multiple devices, you're seeing what you want to see, record, pause. It's all flexible. It's all flexible. I still watch entertainment, but maybe the medium has changed. Simple things like we just love to do drawing. It's more fun for them to do on a tablet device. Of course, we try to tell them, use something called a crayon and a paper exists, but, they're more flexible, it's easy, it's refreshing, there's so many options they have, and everything else, that happened. And their reading patterns are changing, with the devices coming in, the e-books coming in, and and everything else happening. We just reading more and more as and when we want to read, how we want to read. Who goes to a bookstore right now? We used to have a following, right? People used to have a following, when the crowd would come. The entire following is restricted to, okay, what's an online following? That's how we associate, that's how we quote. Oh, Mr. Bachchan has 2 million fans. It's quantifiable, countable, what happens is a different story, but at least there's a number out to that we're talking about. How we used to hang out. We used to have friends and we would go out and it's becoming, I can do hangout or online and social networking and everything else. It's just making it more accessible. Yeah, I hang out with 500 friends. Really? Yeah, but that's how we quantify us. Who has 500 friends? But yes, the medium has enabled you to connect with people, whom you may never ever have connected. Feeds. The terminology has completely changed. What was to be feed once and what is a feed now? Probably, people will not really relate to that. Relationships, how we handle relationships today. I think today, social media is responsible for more makes and makeup and breakups than probably any other medium, You're more worried about, oh shit, remove that picture. Oh, you know what, don't tag me. Just don't, do that. Oh, it's all very complicated. All you have to do is just go there, say it's complicated. The world would know. Don't even care to tell the other person that, what, actually I'm thinking it's complicated. We don't, we expect the tools and the systems to probably do that. There's a time when I used to get birthday cards and flowers. Now forget about the calls. It's just, okay, yeah, I got a phone reminder, it's birthday, go there, post happy birthday, hope you had a great time, story over. It's becoming so mechanical. It's not really, there was still some time back, people used to still send e-cards now. Even that has gone. Forget the card, forget the e-cards now. It's just an SMS or maybe a post at best. And not even that 2 rupees of an SMS. It's WhatsApp now, it's free, actually. I don't even spend 2 rupees on sending an SMS. I'll send you WhatsApp, probably. And a general broadcast message, thank you for your wishes, thank you, had a good time. How the recognition is happening. How many likes you got on your post? How many likes I got in picture? Oh, you don't really love me, you never liked my post. I mean, recognition was way beyond, that we really talked about. What does touch mean now? I don't even want to think about what touch meant then, but today touch means this is touch. It was. I couldn't pick a picture for then touch because I'm not sure, of the audience, but this is what really touch means now. Oh, I have a touch screen. Brilliant. Perfect. Store, most common place that we used to go and shop. It's so convenient. It's really making my life more convenient. I mean, forget about the retail space and forget about the huge areas. I just have a store. And we commonly accept that as a terminology that we're talking about. The whole point is that mediums are converging. See, in all these cases that we talked about, except touch, the need was the same. I used to handle relationship, I used to handle my shopping and reading and read and news. The mediums are converging, The news is becoming online, the television is moving to an internet is moving to television. It's also integrated, confusing, you can stop, pause, play, stop a show on the TV, watch it on your tablet, all these channels, they have their own application. I don't really have to watch into a TV. Forget about the set-top box of record and pause. I can just go to my tablet device, I can choose the show I want to watch, when I want to watch, wherever I want to watch. It's a whole different world. It's really a whole different world. But what is common in them is the customer. The products would change, but the customers will remain the same. Their means to access you and the way you want to reach to them would be evolving because customers are evolving. Why do we forget that? You can never be bigger than the customer. A lot of the big guys, who had a monopoly out there, they chose to respond to customer needs. And we all, it's filled with examples. It's filled with examples. If you talk about the phones or the cameras or the films, and everywhere you see, we all would know. You are brilliant guys. I don't need to give you count of these examples, but it's all there. So it's no longer the medium. We have to see, how do I want to reach that customer? It can be different. Now, someone's saying that, well, the newspaper revenues are drying up or not drying up. The whole point is that, guys, it's not a newspaper. The media is not in the newspaper business. You're not into a broadcast business. You're into a content business. People watch you for the content. You got to adapt yourself to where the customers want to see you, how they want to see you. It's not like that. So what I've done is that probably I've picked out a few examples, from across the world, which I thought was very relevant. How they touch the customer without talking about the product. I just thought I'll just probably highlight a few points, which will help you. I don't know whether you can read the line or not, which says that each time you sleep with someone, you also sleep with his past. The ad was for get yourself HIV tested. So they didn't say that, we'll test you for HIV, HIV is dangerous. They simply said the way they connected. When you sleep with someone, you sleep with someone's past. So, I thought there was a very, nice way to connect to the customer, where you're highlighting the issue, how the customers will relate to, not forcing him to get an HIV test done before the marriage or in a relationship or whatever. Second example, we're going to read the last line, which says, Hennigan, social networking since 1873. When that world was talking about social networking, they said, but we have been doing social networking since 1873. What are you talking about? So just connect with the same customer. In the way the customer would relate, in the way the customer would relate to them. I really like it. This was a Lifebuoy ad. You eat what you touch. They didn't say about wash your hands, be clean, this will make your hand 100% germ-free and 98% germ-free and everything else jazz will happen. These things, you're just simply stating a point. You eat what you touch. So if you're okay eating a rat or a dog or a sheep, be fine, just go and do it. Why should I tell you to wash your hands? It's in your interest. But I want to highlight what is relevant. You probably, eat what you touch. This was a very nice campaign, South African based. The whole idea was, don't text and drive. But they said, one letter is all it takes. The difference between you reaching home safe and bumping someone or getting into an accident, the difference is just one letter. That's all it takes. So, another example which I'm trying to I'll highlight is this is something. And by the way, this is the screen grabs that you're probably seeing. This is how actually we position ourselves, without saying that we are, we have content and we have so many hits and we are read by everyone else. We're just saying how people want to relate to it. We're an exciting website, and rather than saying that whatever you're talking about. So another example which I'm talking about, which is very recently we concluded on Valentine's Day today. We were supposed to, we were supposed to make a program for marketing of Murder 3. So rather than saying that this is a fantastic movie or whatever, we took a very different route. We are saying that how do you actually create a user interest point? How would you entice him, excite him, and create awareness, integrate, and thereby converge at the entire piece? So we simply said, line Maro contest, just a date Aditi Rao on this Valentine's Day. So and you build up this entire hype around that, covered that to news, ran online promos, banners, but it was not around the movie. It was around the user's need to date a celebrity, because that we thought was a bigger connect. So everything else, and you then ran everything else around it, and do converge everything else, and converge it to a probably to a ground event. So, like I'm saying, the whole point is that are we really connecting to a customer, or we are too focused on saying what my product is, and sometimes getting the product wrong. Like I said, it's not about what the customer need is, or in a newspaper, or a watch, or a cell phone, or whatever. It's how I'm relating to what I am today competing with. Because today even your competition landscape is so blurred. I mean, we all were on a trip, and we're meeting few of these people from from all the social media and all the .com giants. And Twitter very clearly said, we're a content company. You might think whatever we are, but Dick was the CEO. He said we're a content company. Facebook is into content sharing. So are the news companies. So are the broadcasts. So are the portals. So you have to really figure out whom in the end of the day, whom are you really competing with? Because till the point you want to define that landscape and keep the customer out there, the chances are that a lot of people will get it wrong. And you definitely don't want to be in a situation where you're completely swamped out, or you don't even know what hit them, like what happened to the entire newspapers in US. So, probably this is a thought, probably a few thoughts that I had. Now there's probably a small prayer which I want you to guys say. So I just want you guys to stand up and just pray. We had lunch, right? Okay, we can stand up, right, guys? Yes. Okay. Thank you. Just want to have that little energy. So, Sirf Gyan. Okay, sorry. This is nothing to do with my name, but yes. So, the small prayer where the ads are served for the users, where the mediums are used for the respective strength, where the integration is seamless, where the agency shall ideate for all the mediums, where we target the users and not the mediums. There, the advertisers shall pay the premium. In that world, let me get my bonus. In that world, let me get my increment. Thank you, guys. Thank you.